Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We've got Stewie and Piff here. Go ahead and open it up for questions. Percy, why don't you kick us off?
It could be on you. Oh.
Sure thing. This is for Piff. Hey, Piff. Can you tell me just how it felt out there tonight?
I don't know. Honestly, I know I hit some shots, but I didn't feel that comfortable. They were like kind of throwing me around a little bit. I need to be a little stronger, but I'm just happy I was able to knock down some open shots.
And then just, after I guess you hit the first three in the fourth quarter and maybe the second, were you a little surprised that maybe they didn't pay more attention to you?
No, I think it was just the way our offense was going against their zone, and we were finding the open spots, and we was able to hit them.
And then just this for Stewie, just how did it like look from your sort of vantage point to like see Piff do that?
I mean, we all know Piff, so we know that she's a sniper. She's a knockdown shooter. She's saucy. It was great to see her just kind of continuing to shoot with confidence, even though she said she didn't feel comfortable. But yeah, she was getting tons of open looks, especially on that left wing, and she was knocking them in.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Oh, let's go Jeff Brown. Jeff, go ahead.
Hey, Stewie. So in the first half, your defense gave up 46 points, but then in the second half, you held them to 33. What were the biggest adjustments there?
I think the biggest adjustments were, we needed to make everything a little bit tighter, everything a little bit better. We were too spread out defensively, where we needed to guard the ball and the strong side before we were guarding the weak side. And we wanted to pick it up. We know this group, obviously, we've been through a whole bunch, like a lot of different lineups, and we wanted to just stick together, be aggressive. Obviously, when you're on the road, no team is just going to give you the game. We knew we had to take it.
And then Gabby nearly had a double-double with rebounds and assists in this game. Obviously, the points aren't there right now, but just talk about the impact she's having.
Yeah, Gabby's all over the place. I think that, when she has the mindset and mentality that she does to kind of get whatever she wants, she gets whatever she wants. She's flying in there for those rebounds. She's getting into the paint, dropping it off to whoever's there. She's playing with a lot of confidence. She's being aggressive, and she's doing exactly what we needed to do. So, yeah. I mean, I played with her at UConn, and now playing with her again. It's great to see her doing that on the court.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Let's go to Em Adler. Em, go ahead.
Ask Piff more questions.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
No, it's very much that. I was going off Pip. So when you have Sue out, you got to come in, obviously, provide more offense in the game. Just what do you do in your game just to make up for that sort of lack of creation, having to step into a bit of a bigger role?
I think I just want to stay ready. I know my teammates, my coaches, they're confident in what I can do, and I think it was more so me, just trying to get back in the groove after we were out for a while with COVID, and just having that mindset that next warming up and just staying ready.
Thanks. And then just wanted to ask Stewie, in this game, it seemed like you guys were just playing the flow of the offense a lot more than you did against Dallas. It seemed like you were calling a lot fewer set plays. Just how does that change your, not your game, but just how, the game flows for you and how it feels?
Well, I mean, I think first and foremost, we're trying to get in transition. So whenever we can kind of get out in transition, not call plays, not let them get set up in their zone as they were trying to do tonight, that helps us. And then, the biggest thing about breaking a zone is you want to get it in the middle. So whether we have a play for that or whether we're just having ball awareness, getting it in the middle and then finding the open person is the mindset. And then we got a ton of O boards, which gives us second chance opportunity. 15. Cool.
Thanks.
And let's go to Hunter. Hunter, go ahead.
Hey guys, I'm just curious. This is a team, Minnesota, that was statistically ranked last in the league coming into this game. What was your conversations at halftime? I know you're a really proud group, but what was your conversations at halftime just trying to pick this the level of play up in the second half?
Cool. I can do this all day.
I think, you know, we're not caught up in statistics and where Minnesota ranks. Obviously, they're all good basketball players, and this is a professional basketball team. And no matter what their record is, you can't play someone based on that. We know that they want to get into a rhythm just like we do. So they're trying to collect wins, get good looks, and we knew. I think from the first half, you know, we were playing, but we weren't playing as hard as we could, and really making sure that, you know, we're going and we're leaving it all on the floor in those next 20 minutes, win or loss. We wanted to make sure that we felt better than we felt in the first half. Please direct your question to Tiff next time.
Well, let's go to Christos. Christos, go ahead.
Hello, ladies. Congratulations on the win, first of all. I have a question for you. Third straight win on the road for you in a close game. Third straight close game win. What does it mean? What does this win represent about the toughness that you have as a team?
Is that for Piff?
Yes.
He said.
Yes, for Piff. What does it say about the toughness we have on the road?
I think it says a lot about us. Just because we're able to come out and just be positive and play, still be able to come out and win with the hand that we're dealt.
Thank you very much. And for you, Stewie, what did you say about the depth that you have? Because you played without Mercedes, without Sue tonight, but other players made a step up. What did you say about the depth that you have as a group?
I mean, we've known since the beginning of the season that our depth and, you know, the amazing talent we have on our roster is what's gonna really get us to where we want to be. Obviously, having 2 scratches for our game, it's just like Pip said earlier, next woman up mentality. Everybody knew that they had to give a little bit more, but we wanted to make sure that, you know, we got these wins for Sue and Sadie's.
And lastly, what is that thing? The last 4 games for you are really, really good. And what is that thing that makes you to raise the level of your game in the last 4 games, especially?
I mean, I think that we're now almost the middle of June. We want to get it into a place and a rhythm where, you know, we're confident. We know what one another's going to do. We can, you know, have that trust and confidence in our teammates, and to be able to build off that in the last 4 games is something that's really, really important. And as you guys know, like, the season goes by so quick. So every game is important. We're obviously taking it one game at a time, but we want to make sure that we don't leave anything on the court.
Thank you very much. Keep on rolling.
And let's go to Julia. Go ahead, Julia.
Hey, congratulations on the win. Piff, can you describe the environment in the Target Center tonight?
It's always crazy in there. They have good fan attendance all the time. They're really loud. And they just really let you hear it. It's a fun place to play.
That's awesome. Last question for me. Piff, can you explain, like, the final minutes of the game? Like, what was the strategy going into that last play?
The offensive play?
Mhm.
No, we just drew up a play where we had Jewel and Stewie in the action and just called on them to make a play. And Jewel made a really good read. God bless you. Thank you. And Stewie, she was able to finish it.
Thank you. God bless you.
Chip Brown, one last question, and then we got to let these guys go.
Yeah, just for Piff, when you're kind of, as a shooter, when you're going through a shooting slump a little bit, what are the keys to just kind of breaking out of that shooting slump?
My done was not slumping.
I was kind of,
No, you weren't.
but just to keep shooting and to have your confidence. It was good for me because everyone is talking to me and just being positive to me while I'm doing it, and also just get more reps in too. Like, I know I said I was in the shooting slump, but it was I only took 2 shots and 3 shots in those games. So I'm not gonna be able to get out of that if I don't shoot the ball.
Definitely. Great game tonight.
All right. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. We'll have Coach Quinn here in just a moment. All right, let's go ahead and pick things up here. Coach, just, I mean, that was another close game, another exciting finish, and just your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I thought it was another gutsy win, and you know, figuring out ways to win on the road without our entire roster. You know, first half we weren't very good. Second half, I thought our defense and our intensity and our want to and our will was a little bit better, a lot better. And again, very big plays from a lot of our players. Gabby with her offensive rebounding, Piff hitting big shots, and obviously Julian and Stewie executing at the end. So overall, finding ways to win on the road, we'll take that.
Let's open it up with Percy. Go ahead, Percy.
Awesome. Hey, Coach. I believe that for weeks now, you've been asking for Piff and Steph to like give you more and to like take command of that second unit. Was this the like kind of game that you were envisioning from Piff, especially?
Definitely. Pip has been the consummate professional. She works every day. Nothing changes about her effort, her mind, her attitude. And I knew that, you know, law of averages, Pip is a very efficient player. And just told her before the game she'll have a bigger opportunity, you know, 18 minutes for her, and playing through possessions. But you know, I was Pip's teammate, and I know she could get busy. I know what she is for this team, and what she can do in this league. And so it was good to see her knocking down a couple of shots, and then her intensity on defense was great as well.
And then if you can just speak to just the execution there in like the final minutes, it's a really close game, and particularly that last shot there. Just the things that you wanted to see, did it happen exactly as you drew it up, or was there any sort of freelance there?
Yeah, it happened exactly how we wanted to execute it. Obviously, you guys know in Dallas we had a similar play. This one was just remixed a little bit. Two of our best players making a play at the end of the game.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks, Percy. Jeff Brown, go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, you touched on Gabby's rebounding, but she also led the team with 8 assists, and a couple games ago she had 9. What makes her such a strong facilitator? And then would you like to see her maybe play a little bit more in the point guard role?
She was also a plus 14, and I'll start there just by saying the impact that she brings is very important. We know that Gabby is a great facilitator, and she has the ability to get into the paint and go downhill and find her teammates. She can initiate. I don't think I'll, you know, in Chicago, she played point, and I know because she's a good passer and is a big guard, she can, that's enticing to do. But I think on this team, leaving her on the wing to be a decision maker gives us another look, another playmaker in a sense, from a different standpoint of the floor. And also, you know, the ability to post up and things like that. Her finishes are going to come. I strongly believe that. But the intangibles that she brings, it matters so much for this team.
And then I wanted to talk to you about a couple of negative plays out of timeouts. One was you guys got the 5-second call after you called the timeout. The other was, it was basically, I think Piff and Stewie were kind of dribbling the ball like near midcourt until about 6 seconds left, and then basically resulted in like Gabby having to chuck up a late 3. Kind of what wasn't being executed on those 2 plays?
Sue Bird not being on the floor at the end of the game. Just, you know, we have players in different positions, different points of the game that we haven't been in quite some time. The 5-second call with Piff, just knowing that Cheryl cross switches and takes things away, it was just a matter of where we were in the up on half court, which is a difficult look. We're trying to get Julian some action in the middle of the floor. And then the other thing is just, I think, you know, not having us in our natural positions in the second play just kind of got out of sync.
And then I did want to end on a positive note. Kind of what was the talk at halftime? Because defensively, you give up 46 points in the first half, but only 33 points in the second half. And the talk at halftime and the adjustments you guys made.
Talk at halftime was very intense. The biggest thing was just effort. and knowing that, you know, we can't be mediocre and expect to win games. We're not that at that point right now. And the fact that we were supposed to come into this game and make sure we're locked in on us, our systems, our schemes and execution, it was lacking. They were denying us, and we were starting our offense at half court. They were more physical than us. And these are things that as a coach, I made sure the team understood that, you know, these are a reflection of me. I'm not a soft person. I'm not a soft individual. And I didn't like that we were showing that we were soft. And so the message was to get tough, to play more aggressive, to be on our front foot, to not be reactive. And I thought the team responded.
Thank you. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Let's go to M. Adler. M, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. So you mentioned plus minus with Gabby. Just on the other end of that spectrum, John Tell was a -11 in only 12 minutes. Is there a path to getting production, especially defensively, at that third big spot after really not having much this season?
Yeah, it's tough because you know that this league in particular, matchups matter. And some teams we match up better at certain positions, and some teams that we don't. I think when Jantel was in with those minutes, they were small. Shepherd was on the floor, and so, you know, there are things that happen over the course of a game that lend good matchups and not so good matchups. And my challenge is to continue to find good rotations and to find good matchups that help Jantel in those minutes and not put her in situations where it's not conducive to her being successful. But I thought she hit a big shot in the zone. And I thought for the most part, she held her own and showed some physicality.
Gotcha. And then sort of the corollary to what you said to Jeff about Gabby playing as a lead guard more. Her being spelled on the bench, usually the sub being Steph Talbot, with her leading the bench a lot. Are you looking for ways to get a more involved starter, especially with how good she was to start the season?
Yes, I think it is important for Steph to get rolling as well. And just like Piff found a groove, we have another opportunity versus Connecticut for the entire season, honestly, for Steph to find that groove as well, and still kind of working through rotations and understanding without certain players, more playing time comes, and some certain rotations. It's a matter of finding her in transition, finding her when she's open, knocking down shots, and using her physicality to post her a little bit more. So these are things that we as a staff are seeing that we can kind of help her get involved in the game offensively, but defensively, I think she's been solid. She's always on other teams' tough perimeter players. She's able to go rebound and jumpstart our offense. And so just continue to build on that momentum with Steph. It's going to come. I think we have a team full of professionals who stay ready for their opportunity. And when the moment comes, they take advantage of it.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. Julia, go ahead, Julia.
Hey, congrats on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
We got some unfortunate news today regarding BG's wrongful detention. And I'm just wondering, has the league provided any direction for y'all as an organization, talking points or anything, or have like the players been provided with any more points of connection with BG?
I don't know specifically about that, but I do want to point out one thing. Stewie actually showed me a message that BG sent to her, and within the message, she mentioned me. So I just want to send my love and prayers out to BG, and know that we're thinking of her in a lot of ways. And for her to think about me within her correspondence to Stewie, I think that's big. That just shows who she is as an individual. So all we can do is kind of just hope that the situation is getting resolved as best as possible. And as me as an individual, I don't have a lot of information, but I do know BG is an amazing human being, and shout out to her for thinking about me. I'm thinking about her as well.
Thanks, Coach.
Hunter Hayes, go ahead, Hunter.
Hi, Coach. You alluded to it a bit earlier, but you said there's a style of play that you guys are familiar with playing with, and especially yourself being proud in that. This is a team, a win is a win, but this is a team that was ranked last in the league in wins coming in this game. How much of that do you emphasize at halftime, and how much of that is an importance to just go out and prove and earn these victories?
For sure. We didn't emphasize it before the game because we didn't want the team to relax. But I made sure to emphasize it at halftime that this team was not very good in a lot of categories, and that we were making them look like they were. And that was frustrating to me because I wanted to present to the team that we have to be on point. We have to be sharp no matter who we're playing, no matter who's in the game plan, and no matter who we have on our roster. Playing hard is a non-negotiable. Playing with effort is a non-negotiable, and I thought we were not doing that. I thought that we we're not tough. So yes, at halftime, it was brought to their attention that this team was last in points, 77 points they averaged. They had 40 something at halftime. They were last in assists. They were moving the ball well. They were first in free throw attempts, and we were fouling them a little bit, but there are a lot of things that they weren't great at that we were making them great at. And so that was the message, to lock in, to be pros, and to give more effort.
Thanks, Coach. And then lastly, it feels like last couple games, you're a team that's really clear about your championship aspirations. And it feels that you're honestly, I don't know the most adequate way to say this, but playing to the level of your opponent. What do you say to your team when those instances are happening during a game where you're trying to more play your game instead of your opponents?
Yeah, no excuses. But again, we haven't had multiple games in a row with a steady lineup and a steady rotation because of the stuff that has been thrown to us, the adversity that has hit us. And so there are games in which players are playing out of rotation or different positions. And because of that, the inconsistency lies within our play a little bit. But the thing is, this is no matter what records indicate, what records show, I mean, everybody on any given night has an opportunity to win. Because that's just how difficult this league is. And so we will take a win. Yes, we want to be playing better, but also we are without two of our key players. And hopefully when we get healthy, the game slippage and those things that happen that don't normally happen will not happen.
Thanks, Coach.
Mic drop.
Henry fell over.
You fell over.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Good stuff. Christos, why don't you wrap us up tonight, Christos?
Hello, Coach. Great win, first of all. You're one win away from your NBA finals prediction. So next time we can call you as a prophet.
All right. And maybe I could get my tech rescinded too, right?
I would like to ask you about how selfless this team is from your perspective.
Very. I think about, I'll use Pippen as an example. Even in Dallas, because we're trying to keep Jewel and Stewie on the floor. Her minutes were not very consistent, didn't play a lot in the second half. But her vibe, her aura, her attitude was just amazing throughout that. And then boom, today, what happened? She has an amazing game. Stewie, the ability to have a superstar on your team who works her tail off, is a willing passer, is diving on the floor, sacrificing her body, playing high minutes. Jewel, who's been in our league and understands the importance of being a great teammate. Like, we have very good people here. And I think, that's why we're enjoying it together. That's why it feels good, because everyone just gives their all and is very unselfish in their approach.
And despite the struggles, despite the adversities, despite the turnovers in the game, you found ways to win. Tonight you played without Mercedes, without Sue. What does it mean? What does it show about the ability to have to overcome the struggles and every adversity that you've been through?
Yeah, we're a resilient group. We don't make excuses. We put our hard hats on and go to work. And it shows that if we continue to find ways to win, especially on the road, that is a sign of a very good basketball team. It shows that, you know, we're more than capable of being successful no matter how hard it is. And that's how it's going to be. We're grinding it out. We're doing it together. We're getting better. And that's all I can ask for.
Thank you very much, Coach. Keep
No
up.
problem. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Coach. We'll see everybody in Connecticut.